Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear audience.
We are honored to have here with us Air Vice Marshal Mr. Farooq Umer. He was born in Faisalabad in 1941. He joined Pakistan Air Force in 1958 and graduated as a fighter pilot from the Air Force Academy at Rasalpur in 1960 with distinction after winning triple honors, that is, Sword of Honor, Best Pilot's Trophy, and the Academics Trophy. He subsequently won the Jet Conversion Trophy in 1961 and the Top Gun Award as well as the Roll of Honor from the Fighter Leader School in 1971. It's an immense honor to have you here, sir. So we would like to know about your experiences, your journey serving the Air Force.
Auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Nahmaduhu nasalli ala rasulihil kareem. I begin by saying that Pakistan Air Force was built up by Air Marshal Azhar Khan, the grandfather of Pakistan Air Force. And he treated Pakistan Air Force as a kid, as his own kid, and chiseled it into a fighting, razor-sharp fighting machine. And handed it over after that to Air Marshal Noor Khan, who used this chiseled fighting machine in the war against India in 1965. I was ADC to Air Marshal Azhar Khan for the first 2 years, and when he went and took over PIA, I joined Air Marshal Noor Khan for the war. تو ان کے آرڈر کے مطابق میں 3-4 منٹ میں کشمیر کی پہاڑیوں پہ کر رہا تھا کامبیٹ ایئر پیٹرول لوکنگ فار اینی ٹارگیٹس لائک انڈین ایئر کرافٹ. تو مجھے یہ کال آئی اور میں نے جھٹ سے آفٹر برنر آن کیا اور میں بارڈر پہ پہنچ گیا اور بارڈر کراس کیا اور پہلا سپر سونک رن کیا اوور امرتسر ایئر فیلڈ اینڈ دا سٹی. تو اس سپر سونک رن کے وقت انڈینز نے 100 گنز سے مجھے مارنے کی کوشش کی, لیکن ان کا نشانہ میرے پیچھے رہتا رہا بیکاز دے ور سرپرائزڈ, دے ڈڈ ناٹ ایکسپیکٹ اینی اٹیک. اس کے فوراً بعد ایئر مارشل نور خان نے مجھ سے پوچھا کہ فاروق ہیز دی مشن بین اکمپلشڈ. تو میں 24 سال کا ایک نوجوان پائلٹ تھا. میں نے لمبا سانس لیا کر کے میں نے کہا یس سر مشن اکمپلشڈ. تو انہوں نے کہا ویل ڈن, لیکن دس از ناٹ آل, یو ہیو ٹو ڈو اٹ اگین. نو آئی ہرڈ دیٹ ڈو اٹ اگین پارٹ. تو مجھے ایک دم احساس ہوا کہ پہلے تو یہ سوئے ہوئے تھے, اب میں جب دوبارہ کروں گا تو یہ جاگ رہے ہوں گے اینڈ دے وڈ بی ٹریکنگ می, جو کہ پہلے وہ نہیں کر رہے تھے. تو آئی ڈیڈ اے 90 لیفٹ ٹرن اینڈ اے 270 ڈگریز رائٹ ٹرن to reposition myself over Amritsar city and the airfield again. And when I looked back to see کہ کیا ہو رہا ہے, منہ پیچھے کر کے میں نے نوٹ کیا, تو I was surprised. آسمان لال تھا توپ کے گولوں سے, وہ میرے اوپر توپ کے گولے فائر کر رہے تھے all along this curve of 90 and 270 degrees turn with the intention کہ میری تکہ بوٹی کر دیں گے. میں نے دیکھا اور میں نے دل میں سوچا کہ اس میں سے اتنا فلیک تھا کہ اس میں سے تو چڑیا بھی نہیں گزر سکتی, تو ایک 50 فٹ لمبا سٹار فائٹر یہ کیسے گزرے گا. تو آرڈر تو ہیں, لیکن کیا یہ ممکن ہوگا کہ اس کو کوئی گولا نہ لگے. دین while I was thinking, somebody knocked at my shoulder and said کہ فاروق تم دیر کر رہے ہو, order is order, پاکستان از پاکستان, you go right ahead. کیا ہوگا, زیادہ سے زیادہ تم مارے جاؤ گے, اور اگر مارے جاؤ گے تو تم شہید ہو جاؤ گے, اور شہادت ایک بہت بڑا رتبہ ہے. So go right ahead. تو میں نے with this hiss in my mind, I jumped into this barrage of attack, red hot attack guns firing at me. تو یہ گھوڑے جو تھے لیزر کی طرح آتے تھے اور میرے اوپر سے گزر جاتے تھے, میرے لیفٹ سے گزرتے تھے, میرے نیچے سے گزرتے تھے, لیکن مجھے کوئی ہٹ نہیں کر سکا. جسے اللہ رکھے اسے کون رکھے. So I coasted through this barrage of bolas and I went towards landing at Sargodha. تو میں نے دیکھا کہ میری جو پارٹی تھی مجھے سی آف کرنے والی, وہ بھاگے بھاگے میرے پاس آئے. کہتے ہیں سر جلدی جلدی آئیں, جلدی جلدی آئیں. تو میں نے ان کو کہا, میں نے کہا یار مجھے جہاز سے تو نکلانے کو کہا, میں آ رہا ہوں. تو انہوں نے کہا جی بہت جلدی آئیں, دیکھیں انڈیا کیا کہہ رہا ہے, اور انڈیا ریڈیو کیا کہہ رہا ہے. تو میں نے سنا کہ آل انڈیا ریڈیو کہہ رہا تھا کہ آج پاکستان کے 8 سیبر جیٹ طیاروں نے امرتسر پہ بامز اور راکٹس کے ساتھ حملہ کیا. تو سارے ہنسے, انہوں نے میرے کندھے پہ اٹھا دیا کرو چیف نے کہ جی آپ تو ایک تیز کار فائٹر, آپ کے پاس تو کوئی راکٹس نہیں تھے, کوئی گنز نہیں تھیں, تو ان کو تارے نظر آ رہے ہیں, یہ بزدل ہیں, یہ کمزور دل کے لوگ ہیں. تو انشاءاللہ پاکستان کو فتح ہوگی, جو کہ بعد میں ہوئی. اور نور خان کو انہوں نے سراہا کہ اٹ واز اے ویری گڈ ڈیسیژن ٹو سائیکولوجیکل ویکن دیم فرام ڈے ون آنورڈ. 6 years later in 1971 war, میں بچ سے نہیں سکا. 1971 میں یہ پٹھان کوٹ ایئر بیس پہ 200 گنز تھیں, ادھر تو 100 گنز تھیں نا, تو ادھر 200 گنز تھیں, اور ادھر میزائلز بھی تھیں, اور نیٹ ایئر کرافٹ اوپر سے اس کو شیلڈ بھی کر رہے تھے, اور کٹھوا برج پہ 100 اور گنز تھیں جو کہ پٹھان کوٹ کے اوپر دیکھ رہی تھیں. تو ہوا یہ کہ پاکستان ایئر فورس نے متواتر پٹھان کوٹ پہ حملہ کیا, ڈے اینڈ نائٹ, ود B-57s اینڈ ود میراجز. لیکن پاکستان ایئر فورس نے نوٹ کیا کہ اس ساری بمبارڈمنٹ کے باوجود وہ کرپل نہیں ہوئے, اور کرپل نہیں ہوئے, انسٹیڈ وہ اڑان ان کی جاری تھی, وچ وی ور پکنگ اپ آن دا ریڈار. تو میں وہاں گیا اور میں نے وہاں آربٹ کیا, لیکن مجھے وہاں کچھ نظر نہ آیا. میں حیران کہ یہ تو اٹیکس جاری ہیں اور ہمیں پتہ نہیں چل رہا. اتنی دیر میں انہوں نے ایک ایک کے ساتھ گولیاں شروع کر دی. جو 200 گنز تھیں انہوں نے دے اوپن فائر. اس وقت ہمیں پتہ چلا کہ پٹھان کوٹ کو انڈین آرٹسٹ نے, کالج آرٹسٹ نے کیموفلاج کیا ہوا تھا رن وے کو, اور رن وے نظر نہیں آ رہی تھی, وہ اسی فولیج کے ساتھ تھی جو کہ ادھر کشمیر کی پہاڑیوں میں تھا. تو اس کو پن پوائنٹ کرنا آسان نہیں تھا, لیکن میں نے بہرحال اپنے آپ کو پوزیشن کیا, اینڈ ایٹ سپرسونک اسپیڈ آئی ٹک 1000 pictures over it. But while I was doing that, I heard a loud thundering dhamaka, and I felt the jahaz shake up and it started to lose speed. تو میں نے محسوس کیا کہ مجھے ہٹ ہو گئی ہے, اور اس ہٹ سے میں جہاز زیادہ دیر اس کو اڑا نہیں سکوں گا. I'll probably end up as a POW in India or will crash on the ground. تو پھر میں نے دل میں سوچا کہ اتنا کچھ کرنے کے بعد اگر میں نے کریش ہی کرنا ہے تو پھر آنے کا فائدہ کیا ہوا, اور جو اتنی ویلیوبل ہمیں انفارمیشن چاہیے فار دا فیوچر پلاننگ, اسٹریٹجی اینڈ ٹیکٹکس, اس کا کیا بنے گا. سو میں اسی دھکا کھاتے ہوئے جہاز میں, دیٹ واز اسٹالنگ, پکنگ اپ اینڈ میکنگ آل سارٹس آف نوائز, میں چلتا گیا. میں اس وقت تک اڑان کروں گا جب تک کہ جہاز گو اپ نہیں کر دیتا. اینڈ آئی کیپٹ ہیڈنگ ٹوارڈز سرگودا ایٹ 10,000 feet. I did not touch the throttle تاکہ کمپریسر اسٹال نہ ہو جائے. Luckily, I made it to the runway, and as I touched down at Sargodha, runway 14, اس وقت پھر لوگ میرے پاس آئے, انہوں نے کہا یار یہ تو جہاز تو تباہ ہو گیا ہے, تو تم کیسے اس کو فلائی کر رہے تھے. मैंने कहा जी देखें अल्लाह ताला जो चाहता है वैसे ही होता है। उन्होंने कहा नॉट ओनली दैट, तुम एक जहाज़ को जो $10 मिलियन का जहाज़ है उसको बचा के वापस ले आए हो, तस्वीरें तुमने खींच ली हैं, मिशन तुमने अकम्प्लिश कर लिया है और तुम बच भी गए हो, एक पायलट भी बच गया, दैट्स ग्रेट जॉब। तो दे awarded me Sitara Jurrat for this.
Our next honorable guest, Commodore Naveed Sitara Imtiaz, military. He joined Pak Navy in 1977.
Elite Submarine Force, commanding submarine. He is graduate of French War College, Paris. Presently, he visits various universities for enhancing maritime awareness. He is Director Research, Naval War College. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
So, what's the role of Navy during the wartime?
Okay, firstly, thank you very much for inviting me on this occasion, which I think all nations must cherish. And this is how the world has been moving, that you must cherish your victories. The war at sea is very different from war at land. And since I'm from the submarine force, I joined the submarines as a very young officer in 1979 and then continued my career over there. So the difference between Pakistan Navy and the Indian Navy in the 1965 war was primarily a submarine, the submarine called Ghazi. And Pakistani planners had planned ahead of Indians. The Indians were trying to get a submarine because the submarine gives a great advantage. It is an offensive platform. It takes the war to the enemy waters. The submarines sail much before as the clouds of war start to appear on the horizon. Planners are already in the enemy waters, waiting for the enemy, waiting for the war to start. They're waiting for the prey to come out of their safe havens. And this is exactly what we did in 1965 war. The Pakistan Navy had a very clear vision of how they're going to fight the war. So what they did was, they put submarine Ghazi outside Mumbai harbor. The Mumbai harbor was the harbor where all the Indian ships and their bigger ships who were to come to fight with us were stationed. So what we did, we checkmated the Indians at Mumbai by putting a submarine over there, and no Indian ship dared coming out of Mumbai harbor almost throughout the war. So that was the effect of Ghazi that it created. Now once the enemy was put on the back foot, what Pakistan Navy did, it gave Pakistan Navy the initiative. The initiative to fight the battle the way it wants to fight the battle. So what Pakistan Navy decided on the 8th, that the Pakistan Navy flotilla, comprising of its premier ships, started its dash towards Dwarka. Now Dwarka was a port of radar over there, which was primarily being used to direct attacks towards Pakistan. The Air Force, the Indian Air Force was using the radar at Dwarka for attacks on Pakistan. Now it was extremely important for Pakistan to neutralize this radar. And for that, the Navy decided that it will go and attack the Indians at the shores, and that is how Navy ships started their dash at about 6 o'clock in the evening. They went full speed inside, right close to Dwarka, about 3-4 nautical miles, and attacked the radar. And the same night, all ships came back safe and sound Pakistani waters. Now what actually happened was, because of the shock that the Pakistan Navy created on the Indian Navy, that the Indian Navy dared not to come out of the harbors, number one. And even if they came out of the harbors, they never ventured even 200 nautical miles close to the Pakistani coast. So, during the war, Pakistan Navy actually ruled the waves and put the great Indian Navy at bay. and none of the ship ever dared coming anywhere near to the close. So that is the greatness of Pakistan Navy, a great occasion that was cashed on by Pakistan Navy, went into the enemy's water with a great strategy using the submarine. And last thing I'd like to tell you, that the submarines are great platforms. They are strategic platforms and create strategic effects. And this is exactly what happened. Just one day before the war, PN submarine Ghazi came across an Indian ship and actually fired 4 torpedoes on that ship. Now, luckily or unluckily, those torpedoes did not actually fire. It hit the ship, but it did not actually explode. So Pakistan claimed that we have taken out the ship, but unluckily those torpedoes did not explode. But what actually happened during the war, we were on the offensive throughout the war. And the Indians were on the offensive, defensive and defensive throughout the war. So Pakistan Navy brought great laurels to the nation, and even today we are proud of what we did in 1971 war. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Our third reverend guest, Colonel Retired Azfar Mehmood Azhar, Tamgha Imtiaz. He joined Army in 1972. He is the second generation of Army. He is the son of Mr. K.M. Azhar Khan. He took commission in 1972. He joined unit in Cham. He's been to Chaman border areas, LOC, Kashmir. During Russian invasion of Afghanistan, he defended Pakistan. He is also the author of 3 books. He's been writing articles. He is also a staff college, Quetta. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
So what do you think is the role of Army during the wartime? Please enlighten us.
I will start by saying to the children that we have heard Air Force performance and Navy performance. When 65 war started, I was a student in 5th class studying in APS. So my knowledge is based on my father's performance, who fought Indians in Rajasthan sector. At that time, if we read the history, Pakistan was a united nation. My father fought in Rajasthan, and if you believe it, he defeated 4 Indian brigades by 2 battalions. And he captured the area 1400 square yards in Rajasthan sector. When we occupied Chananwala, the Indian commander, his brigadier name was Bhagat Singh. He challenged our occupation of village Chananwala, and he said it is occupied after ceasefire war. And he wanted a meeting. And from our side, General Rabab went and met him, and he refused to vacate the area. The Indian commander, brigade commander, threatened that he will evacuate Pakistan and will kick them out from the area, which ultimately they attacked with their elite unit, 3rd 39 Gorkha. And we captured their 45 individuals, including 2 officers. That was the best action in Punjab area, apart from Rajasthan, where we did well. Pakistan Army did well in Cham sector also. We went up to Akhnur, and we captured Palnawala station, army station. And at that time, because of morale of the nation and the army, we did well, but subsequently we lost that morale, and 71 war, though despite we did well in certain area, we lost East Pakistan, which was very unfortunate and a very tragic occasion. So my belief to the children will be that they should join the armed forces. There is nothing like Army, Air Force and Navy. Second is love Pakistan. If you don't love Pakistan, you can't do anything. You must love Pakistan. Try to speak truth, though you will suffer. There is no doubt about that. Be good human. And you can excel anywhere you feel like in Pakistan. So my request would be, first thing is you must love the country. Without country, you can't do anything. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. You're all a great source of inspiration for all of us. What message would you like to give to the new generation and to our students?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Namaduhulu nusalli ala Rasulihil Kareem again. मेरा मैसेज सिंपल है जी. लव पाकिस्तान. Number 2, live for Pakistan. Number 3, fight for Pakistan. And number 4, if need be, die for Pakistan. And number 6, while you're doing all that and time is passing, do the best you can for the uplift of your country through Hubbul Watani, and inculcate Hubbul Watani in your coming generations, in your school, in your colleges, and in your families.
Well, thank you very much for asking me to give a message to the youth. But the message that I have to give you is slightly philosophical. Now, what you see of me over here is my personality. But what you don't see of me is my character. So character are like roots. The strength of a tree doesn't lie in its trunk. It lies in its roots. And the roots is what you don't see. So my request to each one of you is that you are lucky ones of Pakistan. You are the luckiest children that Pakistan could produce. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given enough resources to your parents to come to an elite institution like this. People can't even dream of it. So you are the ones who want to change the destiny of this nation. The people outside on the streets, in other schools, they are not the influencers. You are the influencers. You are going to carry this nation forward. If you fail, this nation will fail. So we have full trust into you that you, inshallah ta'ala, are going to take this nation forward. You are the people in which this nation is investing. And I am sure that each one of you, as you would grow further in your life, are going to make a mark. And if you make a mark in your life, that mark should also make a mark on your country. Because we are all here because we have a country. Ask those people who don't have a country. We have officers coming from Palestine. Just ask someone who doesn't have a country. So do everything for the country. Inshallah ta'ala, you will grow. You'll go into great professions. And like Colonel said, one of the greatest professions and the profession is the armed forces. So find time. If you love adventure, go to the armed forces. If you love intellect, choose some other fields, but make a mark in life. And my final word to you is, work on your character. It will never let you down. Thank you very much.
My message would be, after saying that love Pakistan and be good human being, would be to read.
आप लोग हमारा साथ दें और मेरे साथ जो मैं कहूं वो आप करें. वो ये है, नाराए तकबीर, नाराए तकबीर, पाकिस्तान